Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner.
Quit smiling. Tell me if you're ready. You can talk.
I'm just trying to get you riled up so you can talk properly into that microphone. We're ready. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do this. Set.
Match. That's how tennis goes,
tennis.
right?
Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
Set, match.
Where's my other beer?
35 love.
35 love.
Is that how it goes? Welcome to Kenobi's Corner. I am Eric, and this is Jonathan.
Hello.
Welcome back, John.
Yeah. Well, where did I go?
You've been all over the place, man.
Damn.
I have no clue. But I'm glad you came back because we're here to talk about video games, movies, sci-fi, fantasy, anything fantastical that we like in between. I had to keep that cadence going.
Damn,
you like
dude. That was like really good. I like
Damn,
it.
Keep that stride going.
I like it.
Yep. Let's keep it hot. But yeah, we're recording this out to you in one fell swoop. Or you know how when you hold the hose really tight on one end,
damn,
and then you just let it go, and then boom,
yep,
all this news. That's what we want to do.
An explosion of news.
An explosion of hot jets of news shooting all over your faces.
I don't like that.
You're like, oh,
for
man,
a really good analogy about a water hose. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't mention it, but
yeah, I like Mitch Hedberg. I don't know if you remember that comedian. He talked about he liked holding his microphone cord really tightly, and then say a bunch of jokes and then let it go, so everybody get a whole bunch of jokes at one time. That's not how it works, Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah.
That's not funny, Jonathan.
Oh my god.
Well, we had some big stuff get dropped on us this week. So huge. John, did you feel it when it hit you?
What? I don't know. No, maybe. Which piece of news are we talking about?
This week, Starwars.com announced that J.J. Abrams will be taking over directorial duties of Episode 9.
Yes.
What do you feel, dude? Do you feel like that's a safe move? Because he did so well on 7. 7 had been either heavily criticized or, although it was a great film, as being a safe, comfortable Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I think so. And as much as I like the movie, what keeps it out of being one of the top Star Wars movies of all time for me is that it really was just kind of like a rehashed New Hope. And I mean, cool. It was still good. It was still fun. I still enjoyed the movie. I still have watched it multiple times. But yes, I do agree. It was kind of like a safe move. But I think they needed that after the prequels, man.
Oh, yeah,
the prequels
for sure.
were so far out there. They were just they went all over the place. There were elements in it that were not good. So I
rest in peace. I think that's crazy that every time we bring it up, you bring up how terrible Ahmed Best, how he just took everything he just took everything in stride, and he tried really hard to be positive about the entire thing.
He still is, man.
Yeah, and he's like, no, it's cool. He's probably a dark Sith somewhere, but we all know that he's a beggar, and so he's a beggar on that planet, right? Jar Jar Binks, not Ahmed Best.
Yeah. Now he's been relegated to that after the internet had a field day when that first came out.
Yeah.
But yes, I think it's cool. I like it. He was supposed to be signing on from the very beginning as kind of a overall executive producer, creative director for the whole series moving forward for all 3 films that are supposed to be slated to come out for this. So, I mean, cool. He closed out his vision from where he started it.
Yeah.
And depending on what happens with the story here in episode 8 coming out, I think that'll dictate a little bit more about what he can do and what he'll be able to do in the next iteration.
I like that they really are keeping with the staying away from all that CGI and all the they're really going practical effects with all these.
Yeah.
And then we got a lot of that in the semi-featurette that 8 already had, which was the behind-the-scenes look at the casino planet, looking at the porgs, looking at everybody's just... They're building these huge, grandiose sets, and they're just bringing these characters to life still. So
I
think it's still amazing.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about it either way. I mean, I don't think that it's going to be a problem with this movie at all. I don't think there's going to be like a point where it's like, oh, this is just terrible or this is horrible, because I think they're going to do enough or do everything in their power to protect it and to make sure that it's a good thing and not something bad.
Yeah.
And they have infinite amounts of money, it feels like, sometimes. Except when you compare it to Apple, who seems to have millions more monies.
Creating new Steve Jobs theaters, like...
Yeah. That thing was amazing, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Just throwing it out there.
I know this is not that kind of podcast, but
yeah,
I just become a real fanboy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But
hey,
anyway.
it's okay, man.
Yeah.
We all have our thing. You have Steve Jobs. I have Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
You know. Hey, we're both living in a fantasy world. That's fine. All right. So
awesome. Well, immediately off the back of that, it feels like it was almost consecutive tweets of them announcing as J.J. Abrams was going to take over Episode 9. They announced, which is kind of crazy because they don't ever announce the actual date of a movie coming out for the Star Wars stuff. They haven't anyway.
Yeah.
Until super late. It's like you're waiting almost to like the last 6 months to find out when the movie's going to actually drop. And here they've already said that it's going to be December 20th, 2019. So before the tentative date was May 2019. So it's been pushed back now with the new director. So they confirmed in one tweet, they basically in 2 consecutive tweets, they confirmed new director, and then 2 that new director, I guess, is going to have to take some over some of those duties that are coming up. And so it's been pushed back to December 20th, 2019.
Yeah.
So
they're going to let Kevin or Colin Trevorrow go back to Jurassic World 2, Aftermath. Explosion. Whatever it is.
More genetic dinosaurs.
Yeah. The craziness that is BD Wong as he's funding and creating these dinosaurs, apparently. So we'll see. I'm going to watch Jurassic World 2.
Oh, dude, I'm definitely going to watch Jurassic World 2.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to. Boom.
I'm obligated.
Yeah.
To watch
No, that's
2.
actually the tagline for the movie.
Oh,
You
I'm
have
sorry.
to.
You have to.
The number 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No. That'd be amazing if it was, but it's not. Anyway, so moving on. Actually, you know what? Let's stay in the Disney world. See what I did there?
Yeah.
The very last thing that I had to talk about, but I want to move it up to the next, is Disney also dropped a whole bunch of dates on us for some upcoming movies that are coming out. Like, none of them really which like live action stuff that's happening. Magic Camp, not too sure what that means. April 3rd, of course, they also mentioned Star Wars Episode 9 with J.J. Abrams at the helm. But Guy Ritchie's live adaptation of Aladdin coming out 2019 Memorial Day.
That's crazy,
dude. I know, right? Who's gonna play the street rat? Who would you like to see play Aladdin?
I don't even know, dude. I have no idea. Like, I don't know who'd be good for that role. I don't even know. I have no clue. I don't even want to make a guess at that because I no freaking clue who would be good at that.
Yeah, I think, which is crazy because right now I don't know who's playing who. Okay, so Will Smith is going to be playing Genie.
Yes.
Okay. Mina Masood, he is playing Aladdin. Naomi Scott, Power Rangers just came out. She's playing Princess Jasmine. It seems like it's already like in full swing. Guy Ritchie, dude, what was the last like Guy Ritchie movie that you saw?
Did he not do King Arthur?
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Yes. King Arthur.
Nice.
No, I did not.
No?
If you remember, we brushed
didn't.
it over because it wasn't worth talking about.
Yeah, I heard The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was really good, but I didn't see it myself.
I didn't kind of into it. I just felt like at the time it was all right. It was all right for what it was, but I hated the second one.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm really only thinking now the only movie that I really liked from Guy Ritchie was Snatch.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't understand a word that was said in that movie,
no.
but I enjoyed it.
And the Shar Fortune with the scudder cushions and the wicker basket, you know. That's my
is
best
going on?
Brad Pitt. I think that's the only time I'm going to get a Brad Pitt. But yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully Guy Ritchie does well. You know, It doesn't seem like Disney's throwing away a bunch of live action directors like they do for their live action adaptations as they do for Star Wars movies. So I'm pretty sure he's going to see his way through all the way to the end. That's all I got to say about that. Next, hard pivot. Let's go back to the X-Men universe.
Wait, did we talk about all the stuff that was coming out? Was that the only things that were coming out?
Yeah, that was just the live action updates.
Oh, okay, cool. That sounds great.
Yeah, so recently they interviewed Stan Lee, and he was saying that sooner or later, the movie rights for all Marvel characters will be back with Marvel Studios proper.
See, people can't see the
hands out, clutching, and then bringing it back in. Some would say inappropriate. Others would say just the right motions for just the right time.
Damn.
Is Spider-Man Homecoming doing really well? They still have X-Men movies that are coming out. But Kevin Feige has always said, like, hey, they haven't really been actively pursuing the X-Men Fantastic Four properties as of late. Because they have the next 10 years of movies pretty much planned out. You know, he has that. But if they were to get X-Men and Fantastic Four, man, that would definitely shake up everything. Yeah. I feel like they would have to drop that in of wherever they're going to do the next phase. Yeah. Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Like, you already have places where you can kind of pick up on it, right? So, like, Captain Marvel's coming out with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Yeah. Right? So, you can easily pick up a story where she gets her powers taken away because that one's supposed to be set in the past. Yeah. And you have powers taken away by Rogue as an intro to Rogue as a villain. Like, immediately off the bat. Kind of crazy stuff already happening. Like, if they really wanted to do something like that. So, I mean, there's so many. Who knows, man? Like, I hate giving any kind of, like, clout to these rumors because you never know.
Yeah. Never know. And especially since Inhumans did so terribly. And probably will do terribly as a TV series.
It might.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's saying, like, you are going to be very hard-pressed to find a good review of the Inhumans in the IMAX. Yeah. Other than, hey, the scenes look cool. But
they definitely used IMAX cameras.
Yeah, IMAX is a good camera to use. You know, like, it's very crazy, man. Like, I would really like for them to like come out and say, like, yes, like, we really want to get X-Men at. Like, that'd be awesome to have something where it's like later on down the line having Franklin Richards, be in the picture and them being like a more senior Fantastic Four team. Yeah. Like they didn't even have to do the Fantastic Four origin. Like, they did it so great with Spider-Man. Like, just like a once over, like, hey, we went to space, like, shit got real, and now we have all these powers, and my friend's a rock monster now, So, they can do the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. I mean, I think any story or any way you take it, it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Boom.
Damn.
Any way you take it, it's going to be fantastic. That should be the tagline for the movie.
No.
Nope. Okay.
I mean, it's all right. Fantastic Four name of his own movie. I don't know if that's great.
Whatever. Okay. Well, let's stick with some X-Men news, man. I want to skip down to New Mutants. New Mutants got a new logo. I don't know if you're able to see the image there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have it pulled up right now, but I saw it.
Okay.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. It looks like old school, like, X-Men 90s cartoon logo.
What? I don't know. Maybe.
Like, it says X-Men, and then, okay, look at that image, and then look at, like, picture, like, blue lightning bolts going across it.
Maybe it's just more like the lettering style. I can see that lettering style like definitely evokes that. But the image itself, like what's in there, like and what people were kind of talking about, I guess, is because it's all bloodied up.
Yeah.
But that, to me, like immediately when I saw it, like just looking at the picture, I was like, oh, damn, from the Demon Bear Saga comic. Like and so that like immediately evoked that within me. Like,
right on.
But dude, I mean, and I'm super excited about that. Like, it's hard to get excited about Fox doing something that's X-Men related, but the fact that this is going to be a little bit separated from the current X-Men universe, that they're already hiring actors. I mean, even just the names themselves, they're the actual people that are supposed to be there during that time period, right? It's not like, hey, take Wolverine and put him in this story, even though he doesn't really belong in this story because it's supposed to be somebody else.
Yeah.
But he's the most popular character, so let's go get him in. You've followed along, even just a regular fan. You don't have to be a super fan. Like, that's the only time you would really have the freedom to, hey, just use the characters that nobody knows because they're the ones freaking cool, man. Like, I am so down for all the people who are supposed to be part of this project. And the fact that, like, they're using Bill Sienkiewicz's artwork to kind of go off of to make the movie still. Like, I am down for that, yes. Like, I'm trying not to get too excited because I feel like they will let me down eventually, but this is all really, really good stuff and really, really good signs for Fox doing something good with the X-Men stories they got. Like, I'm super pumped for that.
They did a great job with Logan. They did a great job with Deadpool, so they know that they have the flexibility and they have the ability just to let the directors and the writers do their own thing. Like, I think they really took a big step in the right direction, getting out of their own way and letting them do what they set out to do, was tell a great story that's true to the material, and just let them go, man. Just let them do their thing. Yeah. So hopefully they do that with the New Mutants, and I think it's supposed to be R-rated also, right?
I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it needs to be. Like, it can be very violent and graphic. Like, that whole storyline is pretty violent and graphic, but I don't feel like it has to be rated R. Like, they can definitely kind of skirt around some of that stuff and be PG-13 at the very least. But I mean, if they go rated R, it's not terrible.
You're not wrong there.
Oh my god! All week.
I know, man. I can't get enough of that thing. You showed it to me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, dude, but it's cool. It's all really exciting, man. Like I said, try not to get too excited, but I really like it. I really like the fact that it's happening.
Well, I will try to keep it in my pants.
Yeah, keep it in your pants.
So, with that other X-Men news, or at least Marvel news, Punisher, we get a new teaser trailer from Punisher, the new Netflix show that will be showing soon. What do you think, man?
Stupid.
Well, I mean, it's just a bunch of like background of like
stupid letters flying across the screen.
Yeah, I mean, but it's more of like introducing that, like saying like, hey, Punisher's coming out there. He's also going to have his kind of like man in the chair, which is Micro, that's going to be helping him out. So I think that's cool, making sure that fans know that he was alluded to in Daredevil at the very end of the season. Like, he goes as a disc with Micro's name on it. Hopefully it'll show some more background into that and that story. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, it is very little information.
It's super small, and it's more, to me, it feels more like a plea of, hey, don't forget about us. Don't forget we're coming out with another series, and like, hey, this is coming out. Like,
because Defenders got such mixed reviews.
Yeah, it did.
Like, it was supposed to be amazing, and
even from us here,
I know.
Like, halfway through, we're like, yeah, it's pretty cool, and then it finished, and then we're like, yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it was still cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, to me, it was, I'm telling you, it just felt like, hey, don't forget about us, but I'm waiting for more of a full trailer, man. Like, give us an actual trailer of what's coming out, or don't, like, just drop it on everybody and now it has a trailer, like, whether it's a TV show, whether it's new ad campaign or movie, like, everything seems to have a trailer. So and okay, fine, like, some of them I'm cool with, but these little teaser trailers, like this don't forget about me stuff, like, I don't really care for.
You're not down.
Nah. Whatever.
Okay. All right. We'll let it go. We'll see.
Let it go. Like Elsa and...
You know what? I haven't seen Frozen.
Ever?
Damn. I know the song because it was out there forever. Nobody would let it go. But I haven't seen it. Like, I've seen a part of it. I think...
It was actually a really good movie. I refused to watch it for a long time because I was like, I can't... Like, everybody's singing that song. I don't know what everybody's freaking out about. I don't really care about it. It's a kid's movie. And even though I like a lot of Disney stuff, even the animated kid stuff... And I was like, I'm just not going to watch it. And I finally ended up watching it, and I was like, it's pretty good.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Maybe I'll see it upon your recommendation. But
it's not as good as Moana.
Oh,
At least in my eyes, it's not as good as Moana.
Oh, no.
Moana's amazing.
I got the baby watching Moana almost every day, so
nice.
She's really into it.
Nice.
So, yes, we're watching it every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so let's talk about staying in the comic book world. Let's talk about Hellboy, the new images from David Arbor as Hellboy.
Hold on.
His arm looks a little bit more dark. I think, like, more like rustic.
Yeah.
Than what the original arm looked like. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. No, dude, it looks pretty awesome, man. The look is down. The look is there. You really can't mess it up too much, you know?
You can try.
I'm curious more about the voice. The voices will be what will sell it for it. But, I mean, as far as images go, like, it's pretty damn spot on to what it used to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's cool, man. Like, I like that. As long as you can do the acting for it and the voice is there, like, cool, bring it on.
Well, check it out. We listed the image here directly from his Twitter of him all dolled up in the Hellboy outfit. Last. So they interviewed one of the writers, Jason Blum, about Glass, and basically him stating that it will be a superhero movie, but not in the way that we think about superhero movies. Like, he wouldn't consider it a Marvel superhero movie, but it's definitely a superhero movie. So,
It's on it. Like, I'm just ready for this movie to come out. Like, I really enjoyed the last one. I enjoyed, was it a Split? A lot. So I'm kind of willing to give them a pass on whatever they want to do. So superhero, not superhero, anti-hero, low level. No, like this would have to definitely even be a lower notch than that. But like I said, almost completely a free pass to do whatever you want, as long as it looks good and you don't shoot yourself in the foot with the trailers coming out and stuff like that. Like, people will go watch this. I know I personally will go watch this, just riding off the success of what's already been done with, Unbreakable, which I really loved, and Split, which I loved also. So I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to do, just give it to me.
Well, right on.
What do you think?
I'm excited for it. I can't wait for the series to kind of wrap up and see how, so I don't know. I wasn't, which is weird. So they interviewed Jason Blum, and Blum has Blumhouse Productions, and they also own this upcoming adaptation of Spawn as well, with not Seth MacFarlane, but Todd McFarlane. It's not a Family Guy feature, but Todd McFarlane, or it'll definitely be R-rated, like the previous version as well. So no changes there, but hopefully the CGI gets kind of kicked up or something, or they rein it in for. Oh man, I think that Hell, the version that they had of Hell was so terrible. Yeah, like, it was so ridiculous, and it was definitely like almost watching Lawnmower Man. It was pretty terrible in the CGI department. So I don't know.
Hey, a lot of time has passed. So
yeah. So what we talked about last week, we talked about some of the movies that were coming, or some of the shows that were dropping, and this past Saturday was the I guess series 3B of Fear the Walking Dead.
Watch it?
No, I did not. You said you weren't
going to. So
I know I did, and I didn't. I think. Out of our wheelhouse, I watched the Cowboys game, and it's a football. So, I
ended up watching the Orville.
Yeah,
so,
you did.
Yes,
What'd you think?
It was good, man. It was. I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Galaxy Quest-ish.
Nice. Damn it.
It was funny, but not like haha all the time funny. It was a lot like a straight Star Trek spinoff, but really put a lot of the serious moments and a lot of like the actual action pieces and like storytelling in there, not just like, oh, this is a riff and just haha funny moments of like everything that happens in Star Trek. Like it has some really good stuff. I was like, dude, that's kind of crazy, man. Like, dude, really took the time to flesh out some stories and to flesh out some adventure and funny moments mixed with it. So I'm curious to see how it's going to go, because that first episode was pretty good.
Well, right on. That's pretty cool. Well, now, damn it, you want me to see Orville now. But yeah, so something that was kind of not officially confirmed, but man, they're laying it on super freaking thick.
Yeah.
In Fear the Walking Dead, there's a scene, there are some mariachis playing a song, and the song is Azul y Negro. And it's the Heisenbergs that mariachis play, I think. And it's over like a scene where it's like a montage of like Heisenberg coming to power or doing something. But it'll kill you and all this other stuff, but it'll get you high. And, so kind of even more solidifying that this Fear the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead series are prequels. Or I'm sorry, or Breaking Bad is a prequel to the Walking Dead series.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that's kind of cool. It's I don't know, man.
They exist in the same universe.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think it's cool that these two series that have absolutely nothing to do with each other are showing like signs that they have something to do with each other, which is kind of funny. I know that there's a crazy theory out there that his meth is actually what brings on the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. But I don't know. I like these little Easter eggs that are in there.
That's funny.
True Easter egg,
right?
By the way.
I mean,
yeah.
If they, it is.
Yeah.
If they really came out and confirmed some of that stuff, so I mean, cool, all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I'll let it slide this time.
Not full blown confirmations,
but I love when people start building those and kind of have a really cohesive thing for it. Like, awesome. This is kind of like it's a little halvesies. It's, as Eric would put it, half-mast.
Half-mast.
So,
why you got to bring that up, John?
You said it first, man.
I said nothing.
I'm telling you, on this podcast, half of what I do is just repeat what you've previously said. So,
hey, I didn't say anything. I mean, you can say it again.
So yeah, man. I thought you weren't watching any more of Fear the Walking Dead.
No, I think I want to. I think I said that the last time too, of trying to get back into it, just because. I don't know. I hate leaving that door unpeeked open. I don't know what the hell, but
yeah,
I don't like.
Shut it, man.
It depends if I got the time.
If you got the time, I just can't see
after
it
New Galaxy Quest.
Better.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I just can't see this getting any better. Like, if I felt that Fear the Walking Dead was going to get better as time went on, I'd be all down for it. But it just doesn't seem like it's going to do that, man. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that wink.
Okay.
I think.
So
I'm going to try the last 3 episodes because I mean, I just need to catch up at this point. And then depending on how the next season starts, because I'm sure the first 3 episodes are going to be pretty good. And then if the 4th and 5th episodes are slow and not really telling a whole lot of story and just kind of moving things along like drudgingly, like, forget it, dude. I'm done. I'm out.
Well, this is heavy spoilers.
Okay.
For episode 8, season 1. So in the last trailer that we saw for Walking Dead, we did like the whole montage of everybody getting ready for all out war. And then at the end, you see a picture of old Rick. If you haven't seen it, there it is.
Yes.
But nobody understands like what's happening. Like, what does this all mean? What does it all mean, Basil? Why do we see old ass Rick like laying in a bed? So heavy spoiler again for season 8 of Walking Dead. If you don't want to listen, that's cool. Skip forward about a minute or so. We should be. So at the end in the comic book, what happens is during all out war, Negan actually breaks Rick's leg. So he has to have a cane that he walks around with. But there is a massive time jump in the comics. In the comics, what happens is that during All Out War, it just kind of jumps. And I think there's a 2-year jump, and it's after All Out War. And he's in jail underneath one of the houses in Alexandria where they built a little jail cell that they kept the wolf guy in.
Yeah.
He's in there, and Negan's like all hair is super long, and they just have him there in just like a onesie, pretty much.
Damn.
And he's just hanging out. And then like the Whisper War is going to begin essentially after that. But it's been pretty much confirmed that episode 1 of season 8 will have the time jump, and the rest of the season will be through this all-out war, but it's pretty much going to tell you, like, hey, this is what we're leading up to, and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, kind of crazy. I don't know. We'll see how it fleshes out. What do you think?
I mean, cool. We'll see how it fleshes out.
Yeah, because it's totally different than what they've done before with any of the other series.
Yeah.
And, I think that kind of sucks in the same fact of we finally get a time when it's totally not them walking around. It's them protecting their base. And this is time for fighting all the entire season.
all the season.
That's all they do is fight. But no.
No.
We don't see any of that. Now we get to see some more exposition of how it used to be, and not so much fighting. It's maybe it's more of them walking around. I don't know.
It's going to be more of them walking around because that's exactly what's going to happen. But I mean, I don't know, dude. If people are still enjoying it, if people like it, great. Like, good for you. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it. I personally just don't want to invest the time anymore if that's all they're going to be doing. Done.
Understood.
If that's the case. We'll see what happens.
Understood.
It might not happen at all.
It's soon. It's like happening within 4 weeks. So
I'm going to watch DuckTales instead.
Woo. Second to last story. Or second to last thing. Or last thing we're going to talk about, but you know what's up. So Game of Thrones is a year and many, many months away, I feel. There's some information coming out right now that basically what they're doing is shooting lots of different, or they will be shooting lots of different season finales, so to avoid from spoilers. Because I don't know if anybody knows this, a lot of what's been happening at HBO recently is the shows have been getting leaked before they come out.
Yeah.
So, I think that's wise of them to do. Just because, like, the scripts have been leaking, the shows have been leaking, and that sucks, man. Especially because some of the sites, when you go out there and you're just trying to say, like, oh, what time does it come out again? Or, man, what would happen in the last episode? Like, I want a good recap of that. And then you see, like, some site that goes, episode finale leaked. Guess who got killed? And they show, like, an outline of somebody. And you're like, damn it, that looks exactly like Danny.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn it. So, I mean, it happens all the time. So I'm glad that, they're taking more precautions against it. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, the fact that they're doing it is pretty cool. But yeah, man, I'm just excited for that thing to come out, man. It's so far away. I'm trying to do my best because it is so far away just to stay away from everything Game of Thrones. I think as soon as they give an official announcement of when season 8 is going to actually come about, I think the wife and I are going to start to like consume the whole thing from the very beginning again. We're going to start watching it. I think
that's what we're trying to do too.
Yeah. I'm just kind of waiting because I don't want to do it too soon and then it's like, months still that we have to wait till after. I just feel like once the date is announced, that's going to be when like the clock in my head is going to be like, oh man, it's coming up again. So be ready. So if I start watching it at that point, like it'll kind of, tamper things off until it's actually time to get here. And then knowing myself, I'll probably procrastinate on watching some of those episodes. So I'll be like a sprint to the end instead of like sitting there twiddling my thumbs waiting for it to come back. Yeah. but yeah, man, I'm just excited for it. So yeah, try to stay away from it. Other than that, man, like other than watching the stuff and listening for when season 8 is going to come out, I want to stay away. I want to stay away from everything. Like if it says Game of Thrones, like I'm not clicking on it. Like
GOT
not gonna
also stay away from GOT.
Yeah. I'm going to set up some filters so everything that says got. It's not going to happen.
Don't get got. Oh, man. Came out this past weekend that I want to talk about that will be the last story that we have or the meat and potatoes. I don't know how much of John wants to listen to this.
No, it's all good. I'm out. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Later, John. Damn it. So it came out this past weekend.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it sure did. And I saw it with the wife. We had a little date morning. It wasn't date night. We got somebody to watch the kiddo for us. And so we went to go see it, and it was pretty damn good. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was kind of go over it, and I will be spoiling it. And so if you don't want to hear anything about it, you can pretty much stop here.
Yeah.
And John
unless you're like me, that I don't really care because
John does not
never watch this movie.
Yeah. So it would not usually be in our wheelhouse, but based on what it actually is, it will.
No.
So and I'll explain all this.
You can explain all you want, but it's still gonna be lies. Go ahead.
I will explain.
I'm here to rebuttal you. Jeez. All right, go.
Okay. So
first, you got me all liquored up.
Let's start off with all the facts.
So you can
just opening for a rated R movie in September over the weekend. Just for everything.
Yeah.
It has become the highest movie, and it actually beat out Deadpool. As of right now, its opening weekend, it was $125 million, which is freaking unheard of. The Duffer Brothers they wanted to originally direct this movie, but they were told that they were inexperienced and did not have enough exposure. When they were turned down for this movie, they actually went around and made Stranger Things.
What?
So I think his name is Mike in both.
I heard differently, but
yeah, it could be different. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. So, but dude, that kid has like all the best lines in the movie. What's his name, John?
Finn, playing Richie.
Richie, that's right.
You tried.
Wasn't
it's
even
okay.
close.
No,
they
not even
started
close at
with
all.
the similar letters.
No,
you're right.
No,
you're 100%
not even
right.
close.
Okay, so if you don't know, kids and children, the kids are just trying to defeat it. And they're trying to figure out what it is and what it wants. Throughout the movie, the very opening of the movie, you get like you get an understanding of like how graphic this movie is going to be. It opens with the main character, Will, or Bill. His name is William. They call him Bill or Will, but whatever. His brother is the dancing clown, and he, after a short conversation, proceeds to chew off his arm and then kills the kid. And which, which is totally different from the TV version. This movie is more in line with the Stephen King book, rather than the TV. Is still kind of brought over. Like Bill Skarsgård's interpretation of him is like really, really well. Of course, the violence and the gore factors turn super way up. They can swear a lot more, which all the kids do, like from Go, Richie in there. Like, there's one scene that's amazing. They're talking about, like, what's with Derry. The kids has, like, done some background on the town. And he was like, well, this used to be, like, a beaver hunting town. And that's what it was, founded on beaver hunters. And Richie goes, still is, boys, huh? And like tried to give everybody a high five.
Oh my God.
And like one kid like slaps his hand away and there's like, shut up, Richie. But he still has like all those jokes and like he's like the best interpretation of him. So like just like he has all these quips that are always up there. But it's pretty funny. Like he like makes it like kind of levity to it.
Yeah.
So like throughout the film, they're just trying to figure out like why Pennywise is there. He's trying to kill all these kids, and it's fear. Pennywise is
that's similar to the concept in the first one, in the original, where like he feeds
him, so he can't feed off of them. So, and they figure out that every 27 years is when he comes around. This movie is made 27 years from the original, which is crazy. Which
adjusted
is awesome.
By 3 from the original.
Yeah, well, I mean, 90 is when it came out.
Yeah, no. But in the original movie, it's because it's a dual timeline, right? So in the original made-for-TV movie, it happens every 30 years.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so 27 is just an adjustment.
No, yeah.
That's how. But I mean, okay, cool. Yeah, granted.
Yeah,
it's fine. Whatevs.
Yeah, whatevs. Whatever. You're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it.
It doesn't matter at this point.
So, so what is mentioned in the original that is actually an alien, and Stephen King's it like in the novel, it's mentioned that they're deadlights. They're a representation that our minds can't fathom. So it's like beams of light or balls of movie at the very end. They don't say it by name, but its mouth opens up and one of the kids looks down its throat and is able to see like 3 floating balls of orbs. And so it's pretty much, that's what it is. It's deadlights. It's a representation of this alien creature from another world that's coming to feed off the fear of children and kill them, pretty much. And it happens every 30 some odd years. 27 years, supposedly.
27
years. For the new one.
Yeah.
So obviously, kids defeat Pennywise. He goes away. The one scene, or there is there is a scene that isn't included, which is pretty much a orgy of the kids. In the book, it's like super graphic.
Yeah.
Like after they defeat Pennywise, like this club of kids, which is the Losers Club, she's with them the entire time, and she ends up sleeping with each of the kids, like just right after they defeat Pennywise. So and it's apparently in the book it's pretty graphic. And so they decided to cut it out of the review with Stephen King, where he was just like, the movie's very graphic. I do all these things to kids. Like they're murdered in gruesome ways, but y'all don't mention that. But you mentioned this orgy. He's like, I don't understand what your hang up is. It's like maybe he's a little off. I'm not too sure. But I mean, essentially, I think be here for the original Pennywise, its story when I was a kid, and then even now to see it, I mean, it's still terrifying, but it's still like done it's stylized, and the way it is done really, really well. It really shows like the brutality not only of it or Pennywise, but of like just kids in general, and like how terrible kids are.
Yeah.
Just like in general, just like kids are
mean.
just assholes, you know. And as a father, you know, it is scary, like to see like you know, your kids growing up and like in this world, and you know, you try to teach them right, but then again, there's also these assholes out here that are just, they don't care, you know, and they're gonna do and say whatever they want, and then just make your child's life really hard. So I mean, and that's, you know, basically this town is turning a blind eye to these bullies and letting them run amok. You know, anytime the kids feel like, oh, here comes the savior, like somebody's gonna help me.
Yeah.
You know, somebody turns a blind eye and they're just like, let it happen.
Nope.
There's a scene where they're holding this kid up against a wall and these adults drive by, and instead of like stopping the bullies, like they just keep watching and they just keep driving by, and then they like carve this letter into this kid's stomach with a knife.
Yeah. Dude.
And then like he kicks him and gets away, but I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah,
it is super crazy. Like, they were just fucked up people out there. So but I think overall this reimagining of it was done very well. I will definitely well, at the end of the movie, obviously they let like Pennywise escapes into the darkness.
Yeah.
He's gonna return, but you don't know like what's gonna happen, but they definitely, you know, leave it open-ended for it to come back.
Yeah.
In the original adaptation in the movie, like, and then flashbacks to when they defeated him, Pennywise, when they were kids, they don't do that in this version. They just stay with the child timeline. So it leaves it open to the next iteration, the next chapter of when 27 years later, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and they do that at the very end. It says after the credits, or like a mid-credit scene is like it, and it says chapter 1. So chapter 2 is already in the works. Beverly is played by a young actress who does really, really well. Like, all the scenes in there are like sometimes really hard to. They want all the kids to come back, which they have officially said that they've all signed on for chapter 2. But they want Jessica Chastain to come back as Beverly. There's the older version of Beverly so well that they're already in the works of making part 2. So we'll see like how a lot of like what they did in the first one was they showed their fears. And I think one of Richie's fears was like the Wolfman. Like, he was terrified of werewolves. Yeah. And so Pennywise turned into a werewolf. In this iteration, he's terrified of clowns. So it was like a bunch of clowns that are like just appeared to him. Well, in addition to Pennywise, who's also a clown. Yeah. So it's crazy, man. It's done really, really well. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do chapter 2, but it looks like they have a very strong base, and with all the positive reviews and all the positive posts that have been out for it. Man, I just think it's going to be a really, really good sequel. And to have a good horror movie in this time, man, it's almost unheard of. Because even like Conjuring or Insidious, which are, they're okay. But that's like the best that we've got is like okay horror movies. You know, and I know that you're not about the horror scene. Yeah, you know? Not at all. But I mean, it's good to when you got a good horror movie that's gonna get not just gross you out, but just tells you a good story, but also has some sci-fi elements. And then I think that's why
that's definitely not making it a sci-fi movie.
Yes, no, it does. It's an alien. Pennywise is an alien.
But the whole thing with the sci-fi movie is that it's based around that element. Like, this isn't based around that element. It's just it happens to be that it is an alien. Like, it's definitely a horror movie with like not even a sci-fi twist or element to it. It's just like,
because you don't know that yet. We don't know what it is, and it's still like a story. Like, it's still like coming out to like what it is. Like at the end of that's like, I don't know. I think maybe if you're thinking about like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah. Like, that entire time you get like these little images here and there of like UFOs coming in and out. And then at the very end, you see all the UFOs come and
but that's the basis of that story is like about there being UFOs. Like, this isn't the basis of the story. It's about kids
because you don't
scared.
know. That's the whole reason. Like, that's why they call it it. They don't call it like Alien, or they don't call it like
exactly. They don't call it Alien.
They don't call it Alien, but they don't stray away from it being always there, and it is like, and they don't stray away from like hiding it around every corner. Like, he is terrifying, and he's in your face the entire movie. Like, this is not a guy that's just like, I'm going to hide. They show him throughout the entire movie, you know, and not just in small scenes. Like, he takes up huge swaths of scenes, you know, just on him and how creepy he is. Yeah. So it's building up like this character is always here and he has a purpose. And we don't know what that purpose is yet. So, like Signs. Signs is like a perfect example. Like, aliens are there. Of course, they look like aliens. That's why we know that they're aliens. We know that they've come. It is the same way, but we don't know what it is. So it is just given the name Pennywise, the dancing clown. What if aliens came down and were like, they look just like us? What if it was like V? The movie V, or the show V, like Visitor.
Never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Oh, you see,
I think ultimately, this will be in our wheelhouse, and we will.
I doubt it. I doubt it'll ever be in our wheelhouse ever.
Okay, it won't be in yours.
You can watch it.
Okay.
I mean, you're more than welcome to watch. I admit that this is sci-fi or in sci-fi wheelhouse or anything like that.
It is in sci-fi.
The story elements and like the things that happen, the way it progresses, the type of movie that it is, the things that it tries to do as a movie, none of it is sci-fi. Period.
I think once you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, this is definitely sci-fi.
Nah, never gonna watch it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
No,
you're gonna watch it.
Done. The steak is done. Yeah.
Well, if you agree that this is a sci-fi film, please let us know. Tweet at us, shoot us an email, hit us up on Facebook, drop us a line in YouTube, wherever you think that we can convince John that this is in our wheelhouse. Let us know. It would be greatly appreciated because I'm in a losing battle here. I have a couple other people that I know that will be seeing the movie soon. Hopefully they can weigh in on this to change John's mind. But if anybody out there wants to also throw it in their 2 cents, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. And everybody who agrees with me can just go ahead and find us by looking for Kenobi's Corner user at Kenobi's Corner and all those mediums. Mm-hmm. And then if people don't
feel like you're going to do it already,
like it's all gone. This will be like it'll be like this conversation never happened.
Never happened.
All right. Well, cool. We'll talk to you guys next week. Hopefully, we'll record a little later next week so we can bring more news to you as it comes out. But we'll see, man. We just like talking about stuff as it comes out and stuff we're interested in anyway. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Hopefully you guys you guys like that format. And if not, drop us a line and let us know. We would love to hear what everybody's thinking out there. So we're always open to that.
Yeah. Well, until then, please enjoy yourselves and each other.